I miss you too.
Ah,
I miss you so much. Oh goodness.
girl,
No words.
you
No
have,
words.
you have no idea. This thing is lonely. It's, not being able to have the camaraderie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Once you think you do, then you realize that, oh my gosh, I'm dealing with a nitwit. That part.
Oh my friend.
Because you remember how I used to tell you, and we don't get into it, but remember I used to tell you, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to think about certain things. You would think you were forward thinking. You were always forward thinking. I was like, oh
I'm
yeah,
so
that makes
humble.
sense. You would think of stuff I didn't think of. Now I gotta find somebody who can think. Just
Uh-oh.
think. I just want them to think.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It can't be Alicia though.
Oh goodness, no, goodness, no. Look, I have so many, and I think I told you that I was thinking about you. It's already in my heart, my spirit, and because of like I shared with you, my principal, who just turned 50. I know you just turned. You don't look like it, of course. Of course, you don't.
I'm
That's
trying
the
not
blessing.
to.
What'd you say?
I'm trying not to. I done gained a little bit, upper body,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying not to look 50.
Oh, you don't. Trust me, you don't at all. You don't even look like you're in your 40s.
No, people been telling me that.
You don't.
Girl, I was like, dang, really? But
Mhm.
hey, I'm blessed either way. I'm here,
Yes,
you know.
yes, yes, ma'am. I know, I know. Yes, so thank you for re even inviting me. I'm so honored.
Yeah, because people always ask me about my history, in talking, just in not online, but sometimes online, but on DMs and stuff. And when I've been doing a lot of networking, and when I meet people, they tell me about my history. And no, they don't tell me. They ask me about my history, and I'm always having to tell the same story. And I'm like, I need a video because I'm tired. You know, you know how I don't like repeating myself over and over and over. It's like, oh, you want to know our history? Check out our YouTube.
Yes,
That's what I want to
yes,
say. Check out our
yes,
YouTube, and we'll take you down memory lane on our YouTube. But furthermore, let's talk about the business we're trying to do right now. You know.
yes, yes. Get to it. Get to the point right
Yeah,
now.
I give you a 30-second commercial on, and I keep saying 15 years, but I've been saying that for a number of years. I don't know how long it's been. So we'll
Oh,
talk about it. I don't know. Because everything started, like really, really started when we came together.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. It
What?
really, yeah, because okay. I would say, okay, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2003 is when I started this gifts and accessories. Remember I told you about that, the
Yes,
gifts and
yes,
accessories
ma'am.
business.
Yes, ma'am.
I was at the flea market, right? And I was selling, nice stuff for the house or whatever. Because I had just bought my house, right?
Right.
When? No. Yeah, in 99. In 99, we bought that house in Cyprus. When we moved here in 98, bought the house in 99 in Cyprus. I started my business 2003, gifts and accessories, because I was so obsessed with decorating the house,
Oh,
right?
okay.
That was the first business. And I was at the flea market. I had a spot on Highway 6 at that flea market on Highway 6.
Okay.
Yeah. It was Franklin Quest Gifts and Accessories.
Oh, wow.
No, it wasn't Franklin Quest. I don't know. It was something. It was something. But I think at some point I did. I don't know what I did. Anyway. Yeah, because Franklin Quest didn't come about until later, the GED stuff. But anyway. Yeah. So that was my first business. But you and I, we started where JA is right now. So minus the gifts, minus the other type of businesses, and minus the GED. However, the GED was a direct transition into consulting, but we set up the first office ever that I ever had. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's how crucial you are to not only me, you know, because we have that, like, just the sisterly bond, like no matter how many years has passed,
right?
No matter what, and all I can do is look at you, be like, oh my gosh, where the hell you been? I got so much to tell you, you know. It's just always that, you know. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, it's so mutual because I learned so much. It was so just I mean, there's no words, you know, because I learned so much with working with you. That's what I still haven't actually found it.
Yeah, we learn from each other. I promise you that. You know, because when you are starting a business, and I'm going to start speaking so that the audience that potentially is going to see this now. Yeah, now, I've gotten my little friend, you know, sister friend girl, like, I got all that out of the way. So it's out of my system for right now. But when you're starting a business, you want help, but you want help that will catapult you to the next level, whatever that next level is for you at that moment. And when we came together, first of all, how we met, just the fact that we were just literally positioned next to each other at a Legal Shield convention. You remember that story? I don't want to do too much more. I don't want to do most of the talking. I want to go back. You remember what?
I remember us sitting next to each other. I do remember that. But it's been a while as far as what we were, you know, talking about and what happened afterwards. I would need some. That's too bad.
I just remember this part. I remember you asked me where I was from. I asked you where you were from. But when you told me where you were from, I was like, oh, I have family. I'm from Louisiana, you know? And that's how the Louisiana connection happened. And you said you were from New Orleans. And I was like, oh, you know, at the time I was married, my husband's family from New Orleans, blah, 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 blah. So we talked and we exchanged numbers. That's it. And then I don't remember how it snowballed into where it ended up. But we followed up, you know, because we know we were Legal Shield, TNT. So, you know, the fortune is in the follow-up. So
the follow-up, and we were networking because that's what we're supposed to be doing at the event. We're supposed to be networking with and meeting with people so that we can sharpen our skills and learn. And we definitely did that. And I mean, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's how, because we became workout partners.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yeah. We became workout partners. And that worked out very well.
Oh boy, I'm telling you. Oh, you're I tell you, you are like a coach / workout partner. Oh my gosh. But it's a blessing though, because you need somebody that's going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
You need that. You need somebody that's gonna hold your accountable. That's not gonna take your excuses. And that's what you were. That's what you were.
Exactly. Thank you. And that's what I need, you know, in so many areas, even right now in my life. I need like a physical workout part. I don't need a physical workout partner. I realize now I need, because see, guys would say, oh, I'm your workout partner. And on the slicky slick, they trying to do some other stuff. Now, bro, I'm really trying to lose, you know, because there's just been this big stress over me with this contract and all this other kind of stuff. So when you are a workout partner, it is so important that both people are serious about helping each other overcome whatever obstacles that they need to overcome, whatever bad habits.
Yes,
remember how we were challenged to do 2 a day?
Oh, wow. You could not go home unless you did go. Couldn't go home. That was so ingrained in us.
Yeah.
I was a little kid. Look, you didn't want to text your work appointment. I didn't do it. That was like
it'll be like, Alicia, where you at? Oh, I'm in Walmart because I got it.
Yeah,
I got to do my 2 exposures. Yeah,
2 exposures. That's right. That's right.
Yep. So you know, that's how we started, and just the sisterhood just came along with that because. And I think because we respected each other, I know because we respected each other's space, time, everything, even though it may not have looked like it all the time, because I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, because
no, like, you're not.
Alicia, what you doing?
Oh, no, you really weren't never. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. You really weren't like that at all. I promise you. No, you were just a very focused person. And that's how how I saw it, but especially with the, since we haven't talked for a while, just knowing your heart posture. You're just a very focused person. And you want those that are working with you to have that same focus and also to reach their goals. And that's your heart. So, I
could not have said it better, because that's exactly what it is. You know, when you're working with someone, or if you say you're going to work with someone and you don't have that same focus, and especially now, because like at least you had a little bit of a break in the beginning because I was married at the time. So I had to focus on a lot of things. The kids were small, I had the husband, so I didn't have as much time as I have right now. So I really do feel sorry for people who say that they want to partner with me now, because I'm 24/7. And because we were still together even after my divorce, and hitting it until like wee hours of the night, waking up early in the morning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm, definitely.
So okay, so let's see. Let me do a timeline here so that we can easily transition into the next thing. I keep, how you always have water in your eye because of what you're talking about. It's like I have you have a drop, but you feel the drop, but it won't come out. That's what I feel in my eye right now. But anyway.
It's gonna come out soon.
It's gonna come out soon. It's gonna come out soon. Oh, and if you didn't know, I have to wear these all the time. Like I can't read now without these.
You need them. Well, hey, I may be very soon too, so you're not by yourself.
Really?
So yes, I've been told. Yeah, and then at night. So you're not. Nice. Those are nice frames, by the way. So.
Yeah, Walmart does good with their glasses.
Yeah. Yes, but wear them. Yes,
wear them. Yeah, my readers. Yeah. But okay, so the timeline. Let's talk about the first office, which was at the Palm Center.
Yes, wow.
And the name of that entity, of course, we were still in business development, but we were Franklin Quest. No, we had Franklin Quest Education Leadership Foundation on that door.
Didn't we? Okay. Well, I remember that one was first. We did have Education Leadership Foundation, but we had, I want to say we did the launch of the consulting firm at the Palm Center.
Okay. We did the launch of the consultant. Okay. So yeah, we did that there. So from your perspective, and I'll give mine later after you, what was our experience or your experience in everything that we did there, people we connected with, and even the launch of the consultant? What from your experience, you just tell that story from your perspective.
It was wonderful. I remember we had some individuals that came and we connected with, and it was just awesome just to see how the transition from Education Leadership Foundation to the consulting firm. Yeah. It was just different services that we were providing, and it was just that shift that it was kind of seamless. It wasn't a very hard shift, but it was exciting to know that we were going to be providing another type of service to individuals that want to start their business, and that already have a business, and consulting them and helping them along the way. So it was exciting just to see for us to shift from providing educational services to students and so forth to business owners. So it was an awesome shift.
Yeah, and I think because it's all teaching. You know, it's you just teaching a different subject. It's like instead of math, I'm teaching ELA. Instead of this, because it was still teaching. We just had a different demographic that we were targeting. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why it was easy. Another reason is because we had so much synergy. You know, and then we were offering very basic services at the time too. We were not nowhere near where JA is now. We weren't. Yeah. We were doing business plans and grant writing.
Yes, right.
And structuring. Yeah.
Yes.
Structuring. Yeah. Do you remember when we were offering training for what was it? It was because we went to the court, we went down to the courthouse and we put a flyer up for the training classes that, we were still doing the GED though, because we were doing training classes for 16-year-olds, 16-year-olds that were court ordered to take their GEDs. So we were kind of still doing that. And remember we went down to the court and we tried to do prospecting and they told us to leave. We couldn't do it. You remember they told us we couldn't prospect at the court?
We couldn't prospect there. Oh goodness. Yeah, I tell you, we were open to prospecting almost anywhere. I tell you.
If we saw a live person, and they were going to be attacked.
Yes, I'm telling you, but that's how we were trained. I mean, I remember one gentleman, I'm telling him, and I remember him coming to the Palm Center, and he was to see about him getting the GED services, and it was, I don't remember exactly how I met him. I remember him coming to get the services because we were passionate. We were passionate about what we were doing.
We were.
And that's what it was. And that's what pushed us to do the activity that we were doing. And we were just passionate about what we were doing. Of course, we were learning along the way.
Yes, exactly. We were seriously learning along the way. Definitely. And to give people a reference, I'm trying to remember what year that was.
Okay, let's see.
2007 or 6.
I don't think it was 6. Oh boy, I tell you, maybe 2010, maybe 2010, 2011, maybe.
Because I was divorced in 2010.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it was 2010 because 2010 is when I created the Biz for Kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it had to be probably before that then.
It was before that. Yeah. It was before that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how old we get.
Oh boy, don't say it out loud. But that's okay. But it just shows the tenure of how long you've been in business.
Yeah.
And just to let people know that the amount of time you've been servicing individuals in the Houston area, even not just in Houston, but just how long you've been doing business. And so, yeah, so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and definitely, started in Houston. So, okay, so now we're leaving the Palm Center. And now before we left the Palm Center, what was birthed while we were at the Palm Center was, well, how about this? While we were at the Palm Center, you're right. It was 2010 as well, because while we were at the Palm Center, I was divorced. I was divorced. It was a span of a few months or so. And the reason why I'm saying, because I was about to start naming some intellectual property that we created at the time, which was Art Explosions.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right?
Art Explosions.
We started that because and that stemmed from, but that was further out from the beginning. That was a few years after. We were at the Palm Center for a minute.
I see you had that one. You had Biz for Kids. It seemed like they were kind of close. Wow, I tell you, wow.
It don't seem like it, but it was kind of close. But so we were consulting, and I laugh because I'm thinking about the people that we were consulting.
Oh,
because one of them was Alton. What's Alton's last name? I forgot, but you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
So if he sees this, because he is on my Facebook page, right? Mm-hmm. We're referencing him. So he and a number of other artists started consulting, and we had that event.
Yes.
And I was actually looking at the pictures right before I messaged you the other day. And that's why I was like, oh, Alicia, I miss Alicia. And we had taken those pictures when I did a presentation there, but then we used to go to other stuff in that, in that center or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember we did that event. So moving out of that, we were consulting some artists, we created Art Explosions, and then we just kind of transitioned from there. Now, our interaction was diversified because, you had other things going on. And also with me, I was still teaching. I was still working a full-time job. So we had other stuff going on, but we were starting this business,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So let's see, after the Palm Center, what other office did we have after that?
Oh, wow. I don't know Palm Center.
I don't think we had one after that until Cypress. Okay. You think? I think we were just working remotely until Cypress.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, okay, so fast forward, that's from 2010 when we were consulting the artists and Art Explosions came about. And then after that span was like from 2010 to 2016. No, 2015. Something like that, 2015 or 16. I don't remember. No, 2017. I don't remember. Anyway. So let's just talk about Cypress. That we do better talking about the Cypress office because
oh wow, the Cypress office was amazing. Just to see. I mean, we had already been doing by the grace of God, one of, been doing some work. I mean, to say we work remotely, we used to work hard. We used to do our best to service our clients. I mean, I'm just thinking about, we had, I know you talk about our explosions, but I'm thinking about we were offering how to prepare grants, how to help individuals write their own grants. Of course, those, the consulting services. I mean, it was amazing what we did remotely.
Right. Okay. So that part, because that was the exciting part before the Cypress office, because leading into the Cypress office, that's when we were hitting it hard.
Yes, ma'am.
And just going hard on a daily basis.
Yes.
You know,
we had awesome clients. We had awesome clients. I have to share one of our clients, if that's okay.
Yes, yes.
Of course, he's a friend of mine, but she was one of our best clients. And we helped, she's a friend of mine. We helped her in her modeling career, and she's still, Miss Pam, you cannot believe it. She still is so grateful for what it is. I mean, she took exactly what you told her to do, and she ran with it, and she was such a wonderful client of ours. I mean, an incredible client. She's still, I mean, let me tell you this. I have to share this with you. From what she learned in modeling camp, she's been teaching me. I have to show you some pictures. She's been teaching me how to do, she's great at it. Really good. Yes, I have to share that with you. I had to share that with you. That was one of our clients, our consulting clients.
Yes, I remember, because I didn't know who you was about to mention, but when you said modeling clients, I said, oh yeah, because we created this website for her and got all of her pictures, and I put them on the website. Yes.
Came out great.
Wow. So she's doing great now.
Oh, this young lady, she still has the entrepreneurial bug.
Of course.
And yes. And she's looking at some other avenues, but I tell you that it boosted up her confidence. I would definitely say that. I mean, she already was a confident person, but just going after something she had always wanted to do in her life. And I believe you believed in her and coming, just helping her and leading her into the right direction, that helped her a lot. And yes, and I
remember something while you were just not talking. I remember I challenged her to write her story down. She had such an impactful story. I mean, her story was like just crazy. Anybody reading her story and making excuses as to why they can't do something need to be slapped. just knocked down, ran over, because the obstacles that she faced coming from Belize. I remember that she's from Belize.
Yes.
And oh my gosh.
She's a warrior. She's just a warrior. And I'm grateful to have her as a friend too, because she's helped me in my life. And I'm telling you, because you all have that warrior spirit. I think just by how God made you all, and that's a good thing. And so she got to work with the warrior that was able to help her, and I mean, no, serious, and push her, because that's and that's what people need. Now that's the blessing that our clients have been able to have somebody not only that and believes in them. That's why you do it, because you believe it's the potential in their dreams and their goals, and that is why just our clients are just everything.
Yes. Because I remember how excited I always was whenever I met with a client. And remember how Right Now Solutions came about?
Oh, yes. Never forget that. Never.
That was so spiritual. Because it's like when I would sit down with a client during those times, it was just like God was just telling me everything about that person and telling me everything that needed to be done to get them where they needed to go. Because and that's why it's my personal belief that as long as you are in your purpose you're working towards your purpose, you're gonna be led. You know, you're gonna be fed, you're gonna be clothed, you're gonna have more than what you really need as long as you're operating your purpose. Because I remember during that time when I would sit down, I would just have these just moments where I would just spill it out. Okay, this is how you're gonna do it. This is what we're gonna do. This, and it was just so spiritual. And as we continued that walk, meeting some of your contacts, you remember the minister and his wife who had the school?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I would never forget that. I would never forget that when they spoke over us and everything.
Oh, wow. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Goosebumps. And that's why to this day, the Right Now Solutions, that platform, I use that name for the online entrepreneurial programs, whether it's for the nonprofit, whether it's for the for-profit rather. The business credit platform is on Right Now Solutions website. So Right Now Solutions is an entity that actually holds the intellectual property of all of the curriculum that I've written.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
I never got rid of it. And I remember most recently, one of my mentors, he asked me, he said, why you named it Right Now Solution? What does that mean? And, remember the minister gave me, he said it was no other way.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was an acronym. It wasn't a word.
Yes, ma'am.
I couldn't explain it. He said, why is it acronym? I said, it's no other way. W. And he's like, why? I was like, I can't. It was a spiritual decision. Yeah. I just couldn't explain it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Oh boy, I tell you, I'm just so happy and so proud of her. Oh my God, I'm like so excited. But yeah, I know I was telling her, but that was in that time before Disciples Office, when we were just able to offer so many wonderful services to individuals that were not just starting the business, but that wanted to reach some goals. Yeah, that's wanted to reach some goals.
You're right.
They just needed that push,
You're right, because we did. Thank you for that. We did transition from just focusing on business owners to focusing on just people. People who just wanted to reach goals. And that's where Right Now Solutions. Oh my gosh, Lord.
Right Now Solutions. And I loved it because we were focused on quality versus quantity, which is one thing I just loved about, working with you in the company is because it was all about quality. It's all about that person. How could we serve them? How could we, and that's why it was so worth it, with whether it was long nights or whatever we had to do, because it was so worth it to help those clients. It was so worth it to work with them and find out. And that was the blessing because whenever you're building something, right, there's so many things we need to learn, what to do, what not to do. And it doesn't happen overnight.
It does.
Nothing happens overnight. So it was so much that we were learning and how to do it. But it was such a blast. It was a lot of we had so much fun doing it. So
we did. We had a lot of fun, and again, because we had so much great synergy, between the two of us, and we didn't allow each other to half-ass do it.
No, I love that about you. You sure didn't. Oh, but I love you for that. I love you for that.
You did too.
That's integrity, because that's good excellence. And I remember it was something you did to someone in one of our clients. With our other clients, I think about that you helped to do the 501c3. I remember them. You wrote a post and they said, thank you for that spirit of excellence. I just still remember that, your spirit of excellence. That is so true of you. That is so true of you.
Yeah.
That is, and you expect not just, and then one time you said this to, I don't want to get off course, but it's just in my heart, it's in my spirit.
Go ahead.
You were talking to some interns, and it was a recording you had, and you said not only do you expect that of them, but you expect that 110% of yourself. And that just, awesome leadership, awesome. I'm just like, wow,
Yeah, that was the PV days, right? Prairie View.
I think,
was it?
I think it might have been close, if not that time, but very close to it. It was.
Oh no, that was the virtual interns.
Yes, ma'am. Virtual.
Okay, the virtual interns we had. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, but again, and I know you give me credit for this because this is my entity, but I always saw you as a partner, because if I had not had that type of synergy, that type of camaraderie, that type of sisterhood, I would not have felt comfortable standing in my truth as much as I did, because otherwise I just come off as a bully. It's like, you're gonna do what I tell you to do.
But look, I'm saying this on camera. That's so not her. She's saying that it's not her, and that's why I can say that to you. No, that's not you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't because I couldn't work with somebody like that. That's not you. I couldn't work with somebody like that.
Yeah.
And that's just not you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's really and we'll get back to the timeline, but I'm gonna say this one thing in reference to what you just said. I told you it was gonna come out, because it was just like a tear bubble when I first got on, just from seeing you, and then but I just recently told a friend / business partner. I said, and he's in Legal Shield, right? And I told him, I said, how dare you work on your Legal Shield business harder than you work on the purpose that God has put in your life.
Oh,
I was like, he gave you Legal Shield to teach you what you need to do for the purpose that he has you here for. And how dare you put that before your purpose? Legal Shield is great. It offers great training, free training that I did not get in the master's program in business, training that you can't pay for, years of training that you cannot afford to pay for. Legal Shield provided that, but I was like, how dare you work on Legal Shield more than you work on your purpose? You half-ass, and I just, me, I'm just blunt, because I've always been, and going back to what you were saying, I've always seen I've always seen the bigger picture in what God has us here for. And the day that I locked arms with him and said, okay, let's do this, because when you are trying to figure out who the hell you are over the course of your life, it's like, okay, how do I think? How do I communicate? How do I come off to people? And, when you start learning your place in this world, and then you realize, oh, this is my purpose. And that's a blessing, first of all, to know it. It's very rare to even know what your purpose is. Most people are so clueless and been so indoctrinated with BS on TV and all of this media and propaganda and all this, that they are distracted. But if you know what your purpose is, how dare you not do it? But then you complain about not having. You complain, it's like, he said it in this word. What was it? I'm gonna say it right. Your gifts will make way for you.
Yes, ma'am.
But your gifts are in your purpose, the purpose that he has for you. And that's what I always saw with people. When we were doing the Right Now Solutions consulting, and we would just say, hey, I just forget business owners. I just want people.
Yeah.
Because I was just passionate about people being on their journey. Because if you hadn't been on your journey, I would have never met you.
Mm.
If you hadn't been, and then a lot of my business partners right now, my mentors, you know, people who are my mentors, who I don't call my mentors, but they are my mentors because I listen to what they say because they have something credible to say. If they had not been on their purpose, on their journey, I would not be able to be fed by the words that come out their mouth or by the actions that they perform in the community. You know, I would not have been impacted. So it's just my belief, always been my belief that that's the most important thing. And so the way that I checked him, I just said, how dare you? How dare you not operate in your purpose? And I do that to myself because sometimes this thing gets hard. Not that the work is hard, but dealing with people. Dealing with people. But now I have a colleague who has, I think he says he has 60 something PhDs in niggerology, niggerocious, you know, he know, you know, I know. I'm
not messing with you guys.
You don't have to go there. Some things I already know. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna keep going because I know you. I know, but you know me. You know me. I'm just gonna say stuff. But to be honest, that's reality. You know, because that's a mentality of people in our community. You know, other people see that word as something else, but for us, it's a mentality of a certain group of people who really don't contribute to what the community needs are, you know, and so, and because they're not contributing, they have these mindsets that will throw us off. The people who are choosing to be on our journey, they'll throw us off because of the shenanigans that they got going on, you know. So, and that's the hard part in working with people. But the beautiful thing is that it requires partnership. Because like if I had not, like I said, if I had not had you to sharpen my iron with, there are a lot of things that would not have gotten done, things I wouldn't have thought of that you thought of to do, you know, oh my God, your organization skills are just off the chain. And if it hadn't been for the insight that you gave to the projects that we were on, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. I don't care what you say. So, but anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
But anyway, I wouldn't be here like this. Okay. You know, I wouldn't be here like this. Okay, so moving forward from, okay, so we were kind of pre-Cypress, right? Because that was the fun part, you know, because we were together 24/7 and we were,
oh wow, I know, right?
We were in beast mode. We were in beast mode.
It was beast mode. But we had fun.
Yes. And that's the beautiful thing. We had so much fun. The beautiful thing as well is, okay, when we moved into the office.
Yes, the office.
It was like we were in Wonder World.
I'm gonna tell you.
2-story office, coming from the Palm Center, coming from working in the house, remote, to a 2-story building. We were able to have classes in a because of the business credit portion of what I was learning at the time, and this was what, 2017?
I believe so, about 2017.
Yeah, yes, 2017. Because of the business credit we were able to acquire, we were able to furnish that whole office.
Whew. It was a beautiful office. It was not nice.
It was nice. Beautiful. It was expensive though.
Oh wow.
It was beautiful though. It was and so let's talk about some of the clientele and classes. So what classes do you remember we had?
I remember we did the class. Oh gosh, okay. We did one for the home buyers, new home buyers,
Yeah.
individuals looking to buy their home. So I do
Yep.
remember that class. Yes, yes.
Yep. We
Yeah.
had the home buyers class. And we thought we were going to, well, I thought we were going to go down a more of a real estate, you know, kind of road. But, you know, I don't know, maybe it'll come up later. But we were very, I was proud of us, you know, when we were doing those classes. We actually were getting people to come to those classes. I was like, oh, people showing up.
Yes, yes. People
Yeah.
were showing up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had to create our own funnel system. And through, you know, what were we downloading from Reference USA?
Yes, it was always Reference USA.
And you know, I still do that.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I
Yes,
still
ma'am.
do that. Yeah, that's where I get my names, numbers, everything. Because people ask me, like my business partner, Selena. I remember she asked me. She said, "Where do you get these lists from?" I said, "Girl, they free library, a place where most people don't go anymore." Or at least, you know, online, because, you know, we went there and we filtered out and we made calls. We did a lot.
Yes, I'm telling you, it was because it just treated it like a business. I mean, and we knew that that was just what we had to. No, not just what we had to do. We wanted to do it, but of course, there was work that went with it, and that was just part of it. And I look at that too because as I know, of course, we have different services, but of course, I know your heart is always for business. You love business, and what better way to share with a business owner how to get more business than from what you've learned and done yourself, because it's kind of hard to say, okay, do this, but you haven't done it.
Come on, preach that one. Let's go ahead and preach that sermon.
You can't tell me to go hit the pavement, but you haven't hit the pavement.
That part.
You can't tell me because trust me, you're gonna come back with some knees scuffed up, and you're gonna have some learning experiences, what worked, what doesn't work, you know. So that was just I look at that. I thank you for bringing that up for the Reference USA, because even with doing that, it takes time. That takes some time.
It does.
It takes time because every business is unique. You have different types of businesses that you're servicing, that you meet. Every business is unique, and you're gonna have to take some time.
Yep.
Take some time to see how serious you are.
Yep. That's the true test. The true test. And the reason why I'm glad you brought that up is because, and then the reason why I brought up that part too about it, I have come into contact with people, a lot of people lately over the last, I would say 2 years, who pretend that they do what JA does. And from your experience in helping this company to be what it is today, and knowing the stuff that we went through willingly, I mean, we were tough, you know, and the things that we had to do, the things we had to learn, the experiences we had to have in order to help somebody. Going back to your statement, you trying to help somebody do something and you haven't done it. You're waiting to run into that brick wall.
Yes.
That's a brick wall. And, you know, an amazing thing, and I'm going to share this with you because I haven't shared this with you before. And I don't mind saying it on this video. I've had 2 people in 2021 to claim that they do what I do and get mad at me for being who I am. The first person, she was an intern. She became an intern in January 2021. She turned around and tried to get me to write a proposal for the very contract that I was going after. So how are you an intern, but now you're the business development firm too? Okay, that was the first one. Confusing, right? So how do you do that anyway? And then she wasn't a good intern at that because she didn't do anything that I asked her to do. You know, the second person just came into the space of business development. I would say business development, yeah. Have never taught, even on the grade scale, grade school scale, never taught a day in her life, never taught business, never consulted a business. Family has had businesses before, but as you know, just because you have a business don't mean you know what you're doing. And then you're going to set something up to where now you're going to say, oh, now I'm going to help other people structure their business. But when I ask you a question about your structure, you don't know. You don't know the terminology I'm using. You don't know the platform that I'm talking about. You don't know what your business credit score is. You don't even know how to access your business credit score. You don't even know how many vendors you have, but you're about to set up and do a business credit class.
That's not good.
And why? Because somebody saw that Tyra was talking about business credit. Oh, I'm gonna do it too. Because a lot of people doing it now, right?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
A lot of people doing it now. The problem I have with that is, like I said, the history that we have and the bumps and the bruises that we go through in learning about the different types of businesses. Because just because one person has the same business that the other person has doesn't mean that it's going to function operationally the same.
Yes, that's correct.
Right? Because we go back to our purpose. My purpose, like, we're a business development firm. We don't operate like other business development firms because everything about JA, it has to do with my purpose.
That's right.
And then the purpose of the people who are connected to JA. For example, Selena is a financial analyst, and we have some things that we're putting together that no other business development firm is doing.
Awesome.
Maybe an accounting firm, but we're not an accounting firm, we're a business development firm. So just the customized way that you run your business, we have to know, as consultants, we have to know and understand the diversity and the flexibility of what you possibly are about to engage in your business. So when you sit down and you consult a business owner and you don't even have your stuff straight, you're talking to a business owner about marketing, but you've never done a cold call. Oh, and don't give me, a lot of people say, oh, well, they don't do cold calls anymore. They do click funnels. What happens when the internet goes down?
Oh, that's right.
Is your business going to run then? What happens if the whole grid in the United States internet go down? What if the World Wide Web just goes? Where are your click funnels? Your phone works, and the other person's phone works. Let's back in the day, let's back it up. Pre-internet, not post, pre-internet. How are you gonna run your business? And then how can you tell somebody how to run their business when you've never crawled before you walk? So that's a little bit of what I've been dealing with over the last year in 2021. And the crazy thing is that people think it's all about social media. It's all about show. Like we had The Office. It's like, oh, we have a beautiful office. Come and take the class. We're going to charge you X amount of dollars. But what happens when you get in front of that class?
Mm.
What happens when one of them students asks you about your business credit?
Mm.
What happens when they have a challenge with a vendor? What's your solution? Are you gonna solve their problem, or are you going to direct them to an entity that can solve? What are you gonna do?
Mm.
I told this lady, I told her, and I gave her this advice, and this is before. This was like a few weeks ago. This was a few weeks ago, maybe last month. I told her, I said, do not get in front of that class before you structure your business credit.
Mm.
She had downloaded a lot of business credit, a lot of stuff that other people download. You know, and I knew exactly where she got it from because it's a vendor with Summa, a company called Summa. Summa sells it on their website for $75. I know exactly where she got it from. You know, because we've always did the work.
Yes, definitely.
You know, you and I, the way that we function, the way that we, flowed, we were not afraid to do the research, to do the work. We were not afraid to do that. And when she invited me to her office and she wanted advice on her program, that's all the advice that I can give her.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, do not get in front of this class. I said, have you taught before? No.
Ooh.
I said, do you have your business credit structured? She said, huh? I don't know. That's exactly what she said. Huh? I don't know.
And she wanted to teach a class?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Yes.
And I was driving down the history of where JA is now. JA, of course, we were a different entity name then, but where JA is now has everything to do with the bumps and the bruises and the laughs, the things that we think about and we smile and laugh. Oh man, remember, because those were bumps and bruises. Even though we had a lot of accomplishments, we helped a lot of people.
Yes.
And having that track record of helping a lot of people is necessary. That's why I believe that Right Now Solutions started in the first place. Because we were more focused on helping people who had visions.
Yes.
And had locked arms with God and their purpose. That's really where our root came from. But anyway, so yeah, Reference USA. We still do that. I still do that. And even last year, I had a little team. I think I told you last year I had a little team. And I was sending out lists. Okay, here's your Georgia list, because people were in different states. Here's a Georgia list. Here's a Tennessee list. Here's
awesome. Yes, ma'am.
And they freaked out, right?
Yes. Cold calling is definitely, it's like unless you're like this awesome rare gem, most people are like,
Most people do not want to do it. And it's all because people don't want to be rejected.
You said it. You are so right.
People don't want to be rejected. I don't want anybody to not like me.
Yes.
That's the philosophy. And I know it's 8:01, 8:02, but if you don't mind, can I have a few more minutes?
I'm okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's you can't worry about people liking you. You just got to do the work, because if you worry about if people like you, who are you really living for? Are you living for people, or are you living for God? Because if you're living for God, you don't care. Because you already got confirmation, approval, and everything to do what you're doing. Because He's the one that put you on that path. So I don't care. One of my neighbors here in the neighborhood, one of her family members parked in front of the house. And I have this thing where I don't like people parking in front of the house. My son parks there. And when he's not there, I make sure that whoever car it is, they about to move it or I'm gonna get it towed. I put a letter on the windshield. I said, please move your car or it would be towed this evening. And the neighbor came over later and was talking, and she made a statement about caring about what her neighbors think. She's like, don't you care about what your neighbors think? I said, no. And she said, well, that's my brother's car, you know. Now, when it's convenient, she can't speak English, but it wasn't that time. She could speak English this time. So so she said, you know, don't you care about whether, your neighbors, whether your neighbors like, I said, I don't care. I said, look, I am the only Black family on this block in America. And I'm looking at her like, in America, what part of that makes you think that I care about what you think? Because I already know that you have some preconceived notion based on even what you coming to tell me right now. I don't care. So, and I said that to say, in business, and especially in business development, when we are helping people to overcome obstacles, to fight some of these demons that are trying to take them down, and to stay on the path and stay on their purpose, or to get on the path of their purpose, we can't care about what people think. You know, when you have approval already to do what you're doing from the creator, I don't care what you think. Because I don't live for you, I live for him. You know, but anyway, I digress on that. But it always happens when we talk. But and then I know to stop myself because you get this certain look on your face.
Oh, no. Don't look at my face because you tell me about my face.
Because that's when I know I'm sounding kind of like I'm on a soapbox. Yeah, I get on my soapbox.
You're so passionate.
I am. So and that's why I can't believe how people are faking like they can provide an entire city resources and training that they never had themselves. Because it's not about the money. It's not about you getting the money. It's about the community.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
What happens when a person who didn't go through what we went through get a city contract and can provide what we know that we can provide? You just messed up an entire community of people being greedy and having ego and all of that. So, you know, my passion has always been about the people, you know, and specifically the Black owned business community of my people. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but anyway, Cypress, do you remember the business credit classes?
Those, let's see. I remember you were starting to learn about the business credit. And I remember you consulting on those. I have to think about, I don't know if I remember those as much, business credit, but I remember I was starting to offer those to the clients.
I think we hit those in the evening because you had another job or something.
Okay, I did. I would be there at different times at the office. That's true.
Yeah, because we would take pictures. I remember, and you weren't in the pictures. I'm like,
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you wouldn't. If you weren't in the pictures, because you wasn't there. Yeah, you wasn't there. But yeah, we that was when that office is when we first started the business credit classes. First started teaching business credit. Because like I said before, going back to kind of what I was just on my soapbox about, you know, doing for you first before you say that you can do for somebody else. The reason why that whole office was was furnished just because of business credit, you know. And so, and then after I realized that, oh, we got it, we got this, we got that, we got this. Like, okay, I got it. Now I can help somebody, you know.
Right, that's right.
So yeah, so we had those, and then that's when you departed us. That's when you departed us, and I boohoo cried and had a hissy fit. I did. I cried. I had a hissy fit. I got mad, and I told you that. And then I got over myself. So
oh goodness, it was so mutual. It was, oh gosh.
I was like, I know she got to live her life, but no.
You think it was easy? It was not.
I know.
It was not. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. But look at where you are now. So I mean, I'm I'm proud of you. So
I know. That's why, like, you know, when we randomly text each other, it's just like, Alicia. You know, because, you know, it's amazing because you leaving was about your purpose, you know, and the amazing thing is that we've been able to come back together, and it just, and when we talk, it's like nothing ever stopped, you know, and yeah. So I'm not gonna say nothing else about that because I feel some stuff coming. Yeah. Not gonna do it. But I want to remind you of this. I want to remind you, do you remember what we said when we were networking? This was 2013.
Okay, wow.
And we were networking. I think we went to Dallas.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that trip. Yes, ma'am. You know I do. Bring me back. I was like, whoa, Dallas trip. Yes, I remember this.
And remember what we said after that trip, and after, I forgot what we were doing, but we were key in whatever because we had partnered with that other business.
Yes.
They had a meeting. That meeting was full of like professional people, like on a whole nother level of professionals. And we were being put up there as a resource. So traveling back in the car, do you remember what you said?
Oh, you got to remind me. Oh, please. Oh,
Lord. Remember when we said the next time we have to do an event like this, we're going to have a concierge service. Remember that?
Oh, I don't remember that, but you reminded me just now. Wow, I said that.
And you came up with the idea. You said, we're going to have a concierge service where they're going to have our outfits already ready. They're going to have, we're going to have somebody do our hair, somebody do our nails, and they're already going to a traveling concierge service.
Remember that? Yes, ma'am. I now remember. Yes, ma'am. I do.
You were on point. You were like, "Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna have it." I said, "I know that's right." I said, "I'm gonna hold you." And remember, I told you, I said, "I'm gonna hold you to it."
You always, yes, ma'am.
But I have to remember the whole concept.
You're right. No, I'm so look. I sound like I'm one of your clients right now. That's goodness.
Yeah,
I remember now. Yes, ma'am. I do.
Yeah, one day it will happen because I haven't done that yet. But I just thought that was the most beautiful thing because we had such an impactful weekend. I think it was a weekend or whatever. It was an impactful trip. You know, going to Dallas and being an entity that was referenced as a resource to all of these business owners. And I mean, the meeting, and these people were older than we were, you know, the business owners, they were more experienced than we were, but they didn't have the resources that we had. And that was just so humbling. But I remember, I'll never forget that. And I said to myself, I said, when we get on Zoom, I'm going to remind her of that because I'm holding myself to it.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I'm holding you to it. So if I end up doing something like that, I'm gonna say,
Yes.
I'm gonna call you ahead of time,
Okay.
and you have to take whatever trip, if it's a trip, whatever it is, you have to take the trip so that we can experience that together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because
Okay.
there's supposed to be somebody who pick out our outfits.
Okay.
There's supposed to be somebody who does our hair and all that kind of stuff. So we don't have to do all of that, because it was so crazy for us to get ready and do all of this other stuff and still present at that event. And we said we was going to have all of that, and then we're going to do everything in a limo. So
Oh, wow. That sounds so wonderful to do.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But no, you said it. I'm just repeating what you said.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
but anyway, I just wanted to mention that for fun, but serious fun, But I so appreciate you, and all of what you've been able to pour into me, because not having someone to bounce stuff off of is horrific. It's very, because you question everything. And then what I notice when I get up in front of a room, I can tell I'm questioning everything that comes out of my mouth. Sometimes when I'm on video, I can tell when you don't have that iron sharpened iron, you can tell that you start questioning everything, and that your deep seated feeling of what you're doing, it comes out, because me, and then everything comes out on my face anyway, because I don't, I could just,
no, no, it doesn't. You do good. No.
Oh no. Some people say they see stuff. They say, "Oh, I see everything on your face." Like,
sometimes you do. You used to do so good. You used to help me. You used to say, Alicia, your face. You know. I'm telling the truth. On my face. When I'm not feeling it, I'm like,
I was like, Alicia, can you at least change your face a little bit? You're right. You're right.
I don't feel right about. I can't do the face stuff. I can't do it. But you do well. Not. You really do so well. I mean, being pleasant. That's what I mean. Being pleasant around. Make people feel comfortable though. So I know you say that, but that's one of the things I have to. I know you're about to end, but I have to say that is you like to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's learning. We're all learning how to. But we're all unique. Every person is different. So,
right.
I mean, it's a journey. It's a journey. This journey of learning how to meet new people and work with new people. We know we like what we like. We like what we like. We have our strengths. We have our weaknesses. So it's just a journey. I mean, that's why I try to not be so hard on myself, and I have people that try to help me be patient with myself. I say, wow, I wish I was more patient and more kind, and but we're all a work in progress, and that's what I was just thinking about you. I said you like to make people feel comfortable whenever you're talking to someone. It's like that person is the only person in the room, and I've noticed that. Yeah, you are like
that. Yeah. It's not that I try to make them comfortable. It's that I'm trying to find the truth in what they're saying. So a lot of times I feel like the strategy, it depends on what I'm discerning about a person. The strategy is making them feel comfortable so they can tell me the truth, as opposed to telling me some, made up stuff, because I can't help people if they don't tell me the truth. I can't help. It's like, because we've had business owners that come and just straight up lie. Like, why would you lie? We could have helped you with that, So I think a lot of it is just, I'm always trying to find the truth in what a person is saying. And if I discern that I need to be more approachable, because I can come off as not approachable at all, or if I need to come off as very aggressive to get it out, however I need to do, that's what I do to get it out. Because I have to have the truth in order to help them and help me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So awesome.
Anyway, so closing,
Yeah.
give me your last remarks on, the entire, history of, the fact that, number one, you were the first partner, the first collaborator, the first
Oh.
to help develop JA Consulting and Corporate Tax Solutions. Tell me as a summary about your take on the entire experience.
I would say I was so honored to be a student. I was so honored to be a student because they were just nuggets that I learned along the way, how to have faith as small as a mustard seed when it came to things that God would give you. You just ran with your childlike faith. And I just remember those things. You didn't think twice, you just did it. And so those were things that you have to experience it. And that's what I was blessed to experience, just to be a student. And also of course, there's some of the skills and strategies I learned along the way. And I guess just humbled to be a student, to be a part of this wonderful company. That's all I can say. Just honored to be a student along the way.
Yeah. And when you first said student, I'm like, girl, you don't know how much you taught, because you taught me a lot. You taught me a lot about a lot of things. And like I said before, that's why I always called you partner. I never saw you as an employee or, and then I couldn't afford for you to even be an employee. So it was what it was at one point.
Oh, it was wonderful though. It was so wonderful. And that's what I say, just to be a part of something and to partner with you, that was this whole humbling. Yeah. It was so humbling that you even see me that way. That's what I mean. I'm still humbled and honored. And just to see all of that, because God has put a lot in you. He has put a lot in you, young lady. And just to be able, how you have imparted to me and so many others. It's just, I can't say enough. I can't say enough. Just humbled and honored to be a student along the way.
Thank you. And I'm very unapologetic about it. Everything that he's put in me, I am unapologetic about it. And I'm just as sure as I can see my hand, that's how clear I see the vision of what he's put in front of me. So, but I appreciate you. I appreciate your friendship even more. And I love you. You will always be my sister.
Yeah.
And anything that and I know we have some things to talk about after this, but anything that you ever need, and this is on record, anything that you ever need, to advance your journey, you let me know, because you know how I feel about you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, right. Dr. Jones.
Very welcome. You're very welcome.